Lost City. Good morning. Good morning. It's a feel good Friday. It's a feel good Friday. It's a feel good Friday. It's Business Express on Smooth 98.1 FM. I am Rotus. Hello, hello, hello. Do remember that you can participate. Yes, you and all your tech gadgets can participate in the show. 0809 4440981. That's on WhatsApp. We're streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/smooth981. Follow us on Twitter at smooth981fm. Follow me at Rotan Quotes, ROTANKWOT. There is so much to talk about. Where do we begin? Okay, let me start with a message from Yinka. I think he sent in this message last week, Friday, or was it the week before? And the message went, it was along the lines of, Rotus, how come the tech industry in Nigeria seems to be all about payments? Payments, payments, payments. Can we do anything else? And I suppose he does have a point. He does have a point. What do you think? Because who made the news last week? Flutterwave made the news last week. They raised about an additional $35 million. What was it for? Payments. Who else made the news last week? Paga. Paga is they bought out a company in Ethiopia and they're expanding into Mexico for what? Payments. 2 days ago, someone reached out to me and sent me a news article about a company named Coral Pay. They're introducing some Seagates system which is supposed to facilitate seamless payments within using financial institutions and USSD. What's that for? Payments. So payments. Do we do anything else? So I mean, it's a valid question from Yinka. However, this is a service that is chasing a demand. If you think about the financial inclusion gap that the central bank has been trying to close for so many years, it makes sense that payments solutions would come into play. Yeah, we're so many people. We're the most populous nation in Africa. 200 million, 180 million, I don't know. We're a lot. And so when you think about the number of people in rural areas that are not, financially included, that you could potentially reach out to, all those people are going to be doing transactions. And for each one of those transactions, you can charge them a fee. And for each one of those fees, if you based on volume, you can make a lot of money. So every time these fintech companies pop up saying, oh, we did X amount of transactions, volume valued at this and that, you could just do a rough calculation and add a 1% fee or something, or 0.2% fee on every one of those transactions. But I don't, so valid question from Yinka. But yes, there are a lot of, it seems to be payments. But we've also got it. Our tech industry is known for a few other things. I like the loans. All right, I like the loans and the fact that you can get funding into someone's hands seamlessly via phone. However, the issue that we still have to face is doing it for non-salary earners. Now that's risky. I know it's risky. We were talking about quick credits the other day, yeah, when I was complaining about the fact that they only give you 6 to 12 months to pay back loans, and a lot of people were responding, sending messages saying, "Well, Rosus, it's for salary earners and it's for short term. It's for short-term use." Okay, cool. But the conversation always seems to stop at salary earners. Those are the only folks we care about. So we never talk about getting funding into the hands of folks who don't earn salaries. Now, of course, me saying that, it's you start thinking about NPLs, which are non-performing loans, and the risk of default. But what other ways can we get funds into the hands of people that are non-salary earners? Is it by holding on to assets of some kind? But how do we do it seamlessly? How do we do it seamlessly via technology? Because of course, with BVNs and so on, you can link to your account. They also ask you, and there's a privacy issue here, but if you need money, you need money, right? The companies will say, well, listen, we need to access your text messages on your phone. That way they can tell the credit alerts that are coming in. They can calculate how much is coming in. And then based on that, they can give you a loan. But how do we do it for folks that are not salary earners? That's the question. That is the question. So in addition to that, what other ways can our technology assist us with regards to things that are happening in and around Nigeria? Let's think now. Look at the fire that happened in Fisayo is with us. Fisayo, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Okay, let me recap real quick. So Yinka sent in a message. You were saying,
I was listening already.
Okay, great. Yeah, of course you're listening. You should be. So are we all about payments? Is it just payments left and right?
I mean, I think payments was one of the low hanging fruits that people could solve.
Okay.
Okay, so I like to paint a scenario like this. So when what's it called? E-commerce became a thing in Nigeria.
Yeah.
A few problems were still left unsolved, and payment was a critical part of it,
Mm.
where people don't have access to buy or to pay for things uh, to pay for things online because
Mm-hmm.
the payment gateway is still, uh, you know, was very terrible, and seamless payment was not possible.
Yeah.
So a few things needed to be solved so
Yeah.
that e-commerce can fly,
Mm.
and the critical core component of that is payment. So I think that was where payment got its biggest foothold from.
Mm.
And of course, there's a bigger problem I mean, outside of digital payments, that's
Mm-hmm.
online type of payments. There are other things around financial inclusion that people need to solve
Mm.
for across countries. So I think that's why. So, but for me, I think that the basic problem here is that payments, without a seamless payments solution,
Mm.
without a seamless payment system, every other thing cannot be built,
Mm.
right? So that's why payment is important.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's see here. We got some messages already. This message will never ever stop coming. People continue to ask. Mike is asking about double-digit rates being offered by Carbon. Yeah, Mike, I know rates are falling at some point. I mean, yeah, it's valid, Mike. That is actually valid. The rates they're offering are valid, but with the way rates have been crashing now, at some point it's gonna have to come down. So, but it is true. I've seen that. Prince is saying there are so many solutions. This is coming from Prince. So many solutions tech people should do, like CBT for common entrance exams. It was difficult getting one for my kid. My kid's school, now because this certainly has to be a private school, has this app that's called Kid Monitor that sends SMSs to parents' phones every minute, which monitors the activities of the kids during school hours. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. Benga Kamo.
Like every minute.
Yeah, well, that's what it says.
Wow.
Are you cool with that? Monitoring every
No.
single minute of your child's activity. The problem is the economic environment is very harsh, and our mindset is holding us down. With the potential of people being free, ask is government pro business? Okay, yeah, that's another thing with regards to tech being proliferating. Okay, Fisayo, I want to get your thoughts on this, yeah, because let me see here. This I saw this on Instagram. This is actually from the group managing director of AfroInvest, Mr. Ike Chioke. I follow him on Instagram. Let me read this caption. Lagos, let me know what you think. He says, coming soon to a generator house near you, a low noise, higher efficiency, lower running cost gas fired generator. Yes, your dirty diesel gensets can also evolve and become environmentally friendly while keying into all the climate change issues bedeviling our world today. Soon you'll be able to upgrade your dirty diesel genset to a cleaner burning, propane gas fired and much quieter genset. The gas to power initiative is going retail. Watch this space. I can't mention the name of the company that made it, but I'll post the pictures and the video. Sorry, here you can.
That's
you can
right.
use,
That's right.
okay, you've seen it, yeah. So look, look at what started the fire in Balogun. Apparently, the guy was refueling the gen while it was on, which is that's just insanity. But and we can go into a renewable energy. I talk about the how to power markets in Balogun or whatever. But what do you think about this? It's kind of sad, right? That we're innovating for generators when we should be innovating for getting power. But what do you think about the whole
I mean,
powered gen thing?
so like the current minister of power said before he became minister of power, like okay, that that the current Nigeria's power problem is simple because whatever thing we're solving for
Yes.
means that the way power is being generated globally is that there's a big generator somewhere,
Right.
which is called the power plant.
Mm.
Then there's a wire
Mm-hmm.
from that big generator, take it through transmission, and then there are also smaller cables that now bring it to your houses. So it's what we do in our houses right now. Only that I don't have a power plant. I have a generating set. So
Okay.
technically, but what is powering the power plant is to a large extent gas. Right. So I think it's similar context in here where
Okay.
there's a generating set. I mean, you can imagine that as a power plant that's not being powered by diesel or petrol, but it's being powered by again propane, which they claim is cleaner energy compared to fossil fuel burning that we're used to, and then of course the loud noise around generators. So
Yeah.
this is low noise. This is higher capacity. So I think it's everything good. I mean, if it's higher capacity,
Yes.
which is great, it's low noise, which is even better, and then of course it's also cleaner. I mean, which is 3 in 1.
Right, 3 in 1 combo, 3 in 1 combo.
So I think it's. I mean, maybe the final thing that will now be open for us to ask questions around is that how much does it cost?
Aha, that's another thing, because
So
that's
if you
going
have
to determine.
these three great features together, it's probably not going to be cheap. So, but let's see how it goes.
All right, Shion is not he's not very enthusiastic. He says on the gas-fired paparazzi, we've been here and done that. What happened to the conversations that were all the rage 2 years ago or so? That's coming from Shion. Darlington from Apapa says, good morning, Rotus. We need more of such payment solutions, especially if such solutions can allow the huge unbanked from getting credits like the B2C. That is business to customers. That's Darlington from Apapa. Thank you for that. Let's see here. What else do we have? Ibrahim. It's just normal that payments will be the most common service offered by tech companies. Even the loan services they offer rely on payment solutions. The world is a global village and everything is being automated and digitized. This will continue to be the low-hanging fruit until someone is innovative to reintroduce another service. That is from Ibrahim. John says, good morning. You seem to have forgotten all about pensioners in access to loans. John, that is a very good point. AJ from Lekki says he wants to talk about telehealth.
Sorry, pensioners in access to loans?
Yeah, he's talking about, he says we seem to be forgetting pensioners. Maybe he's talking about those that have not been paid pensions and maybe perhaps need to access money in the meantime. And maybe loans can be set against that. I mean, but that's another conversation all by itself. But the pensioners who are still being owed, that's another conversation. AJ says, why not payments when radio, newspaper, and TVs talk about payments all the time? Please, let's check telehealth. Telehealth is an important conversation, but it is reliant on internet service. I mean,
to a large extent it is. But there are different solutions around healthcare and health tech for people. So I mean, it doesn't have to be tele. It can be leveraging on pharmaceutical services and all other kind of things that people have trusted and built over the years. So I mean, health is a big conversation to have, but
big one. All right, so today is January finally is over.
Today is the last day of January.
Yeah, it's finally over now.
No, it's not.
Okay, the whole point of me bringing up February is that the Okada ban or the Okada restriction.
It's finally going to happen.
Yes, tomorrow. It's going into effect. So I mean, we've talked about. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this. The folks. There's Lagos. Have you guys seen these pictures that have been circulating the internet? Sanwo-Olu and Governor Sanwo-Olu and Deputy Governor Hamzat both holding helmets of all the ride-sharing players. They're all posing with pictures with them, and now this happens. So, where do you stand on all this now?
Maybe finally I can use this platform to launch my political career.
Wait, real quick, Michael Aditutu, Rotus, pensioners can access a loan under the Senior Citizen Loan Scheme. Okay, thank you for that. That's Michael on YouTube. Remember, youtube.com/smooth91. Thank you for that, Michael. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been expecting people of timber and caliber to talk around this particular situation that we have.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of the best time for Mr. Jimmy Agbaje to speak after he lost the election. I mean,
I haven't heard from him. He's
not heard anything from him.
And
maybe this is also a very good time for the PDP to call a press conference and address some of these issues. I mean, for me, I think that it is the policy is not necessarily well thought through, and I also think that this is something that is recurrent. We've seen this over and over again. Governor Fashola did it, Governor Body did it, and then now, Governor Sanwo-Olu is doing exactly the same. They'll ban these things at the beginning of their tenure, but towards the election time, they'll use the same Okada guys to mobilize the same Okada people to win election, and then when they win second time, they ban them again. So that's it's a recurring thing. So we've seen it over and over again. So we understand how it works. However, this particular one is particularly interesting because last year we were having a conversation regarding how much this ride-hailing, I'm just talking from ride-hailing perspective now, how much this ride-hailing people would pay for licenses for an additional bike. They're having photo ops with the governor, with the deputy governor, with everybody involved. You collected so much money from them last year.
Yes.
Right. Giving them recommendations of the kind of bikes that they can do. They invested heavily in all of this, and based on the plans that Lagos government has set that these are the requirements for bike services within the city. Then you wake up the first month of the year and just say, okay, guys, blanket, I'm not doing this thing again. It's over.
Right.
So much has to say about ease of doing business. So much has to say about policy and planning, because I've made an investment decision based on the policy guideline that I sent to have.
Me, right.
But unfortunately, just wake up one day that safety is first, and I'm wondering what's the safety standard that we're not meeting. Let's just have a conversation regarding what that safety standard is. But I mean, it just seems as like they just want to ban this, and then of course you're making this blanket ban, and then there are no alternatives. I mean, right. I listened to I can't remember his name. I was talking about that Lagos will provide buses. And I was like, guys, do you understand what it means to ban bikes and tricycle? I mean, this is so it means that
kekes and so on. Yeah.
Exactly. So it means I'll take a bus from anywhere I am to Adeola Depot, right? And my office is at off Adeola Depot. Are you saying there'll be buses on Adeola Depot that will take you
into off it, right?
No,
so
because
it's not right.
So the problem is, I mean, it might not affect me directly as a person because maybe I have a car, but the people that this thing affect, it's
they'll feel it.
It's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge to them. I mean, I remember the first ban by Governor Fashola. I was a lot poorer then.
Okay.
We trekked the whole of Lagos. I mean, I think I have the record for the person that trekked the most in Lagos, and Lagos can challenge me at that. I'll give you my record, but I think I have the existing record for the longest trek in Lagos. But anyways, that's how it is. And then there is no impact. There's no analysis around what the employment or the unemployment impact of some of these things will be.
Right.
People that have been riding bikes for years, what would they have to do now if there are no bikes? They will have to fit somewhere.
Right.
So who are they going to fit? And then we've seen the volatility of the Lekki area just because of the xenophobia thing that happened in South Africa.
Yeah.
These things can erupt again. So what is the Lagos government doing some of this? I mean, this sounding more like a freshly pressed story than tech.
Right.
But it's
ride sharing guys are affected. I got you. We'll have to see what happens. Again, it goes into effect. We'll see if they flip or if they keep it going. All right, real quick, let's finish with this here from Yinka. If you guys only know the way I eagerly wait to hear what any fintech, see guys, according to a mentor of mine, the real money is not the paper money or the raw cash we all are creating solutions for, but then the real money is the value in services we can render, which in turn brings in money. Yes, we can argue that fintechs are rendering services, but the sector is becoming saturated. We need to be creative. How about we look at electronic voting? Yinka, that is a matter close to my heart. It's a service, that's from Yinka. Yinka, thank you for that. Lagos, thanks for your messages. Run out of time. It's February. Let's see what happens this new month, how we manage with the ban, how people who are getting around get around. Thanks for all of your messages. Thank you for tuning in. Fisayo, thank you for coming in. Business Express on Smooth 98.1. Keep it locked. Yeah. You have to rapidly go through it.
Say bye to your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, bye YouTube. Thank you.
This is YouTube. Rose, it's not the computer.
And yes, I'm at the phone. I wrote at the phone. I did wave at the phone. All right.